Hi everybody, it is Julia. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with a very special announcement. Let's jump right into it. Today I am here to share some really exciting news with you. I couldn't be happier to be able to share this part of my writing journey with you. There are many of you who have followed me and this channel through a lot of writing and a lot of writing sprints and a lot of conversation about my projects, and there are a lot of you who are very invested in my phase story. And I have done Meet My Main Character and Current Work in Progress videos all about my contemporary fantasy slash paranormal romance slash urban fantasy genre mix-up. And you've come with me through my whole querying journey, and now I have some exciting news to share, and that is that I have a publishing deal for my book. I've actually had this kind of under wraps for a little while now. I signed a contract with Atmosphere Press on February 2nd. I met with my editor on March 3rd and have started to edit my book. As of right now, I have a new title, I have a new cover design team that is in the works, and I've been back and forth with them a little bit on that. So stay tuned. There will be like a title reveal, a cover reveal, pre-order incentives, which I've already got in the works. All of that will be coming in separate videos, but for today, I wanted to kind of go over and address my publishing deal, what it is, what it means, and what that looks like for myself, why I chose this path. I do have a long form vlog that will be going up probably after publication that takes you through the contract and the editing phase and all the different little bits and pieces behind the scenes as we go through this. But then I'll also have videos like this that are a little bit shorter, a little bit more concise, that just kind of go over my journey with you. Today is specifically my publishing deal and what it looks like and what it means for me and why I chose it. So when I was querying my contemporary fantasy, I was not getting responses from agents. There just really wasn't interest, and I didn't think it was a very market-friendly book. And I knew I still wanted to traditionally publish, but I had already written at this point 2 other women's fiction, contemporary adult novels. I knew I was going to try to do traditional publishing with them and try to get agented with them. Was kind of okay just putting this one in a drawer and saying this is not going to be the book that I publish. This one's just gonna sit, and maybe fantasy is not for me. It's not gonna be something that I publish. But towards the end of my querying, I did throw it out to a small independent publishing house, and I said, what's the worst that happens? It took them a little bit of time, but they did get back to me and say, hey, we just found your manuscript in our inbox when we were looking for new exciting clients to take on, and we love your story and we want to see it out in the world. We would love to be your publisher. Let's set up a phone call. I said, yeah, sure, let's do that. So I set up a phone call with Kyle from Atmosphere Press after receiving the email and the interest from Nick, who is the owner. I had my conversation with Kyle. We went over all of these details, the whole rundown of like what it meant to be one of their clients, what it meant for me as an author, what control they had, what control I had, how everything worked out timeline-wise. I ended the call with a contract in my inbox because they wanted me to be their client. And I took a little bit of time. I looked at it. I asked for some changes, not really very many and not really big ones, but I asked for a change, and I got a new amended contract back in my inbox, and I signed it on February 2nd, 21. And then had my first call with my editor on March 3rd. 2-2 signed my contract, 3-3 had my first call with my editor, and things are already moving along very quickly. So let me explain a little bit about Atmosphere Press and why I felt like this was the best choice for me. Atmosphere Press is not a traditional publisher. It is not somebody where you need an agent. It is an author-friendly publishing house, which essentially means that I have editors. I will have a editor that I have now. I'm working with Megan, who's been fantastic. I have an editor and I go through rounds of edits with Megan, and then I will have a line editor / copy editor who I have not met yet. I will have a design team for my covers. I will have marketing and publicity teams behind me, and then I will also have like author support behind me. All formatting, all this kind of stuff for my books will be handled for me behind the scenes. Don't have to worry. It's like a weird hybrid, right? So it's not a vanity press. They don't accept just anybody. They don't work with just anybody. Most vanity presses or a vanity press will say, yes, we will publish your book. We're not going to edit it. We're not going to do anything like that, but we will publish it for you and it'll look like it's coming from a publisher, right? But there's no real team. There's nothing else really going on. It's just give us your stuff, we'll publish it, and it'll look like it's coming from a publisher. This is not that, but it's also not self-published. So if I were to self-publish a book and I wanted to do it professionally, I would have to get an editor, I'd have to get a copy editor, I'd have to get a design team or a designer for my covers. I would need to do a lot of research and or hire somebody to handle marketing and ads, etc. This is kind of that. It's an all-in-one stop for somebody who is going more of like, I guess, an independent publishing kind of a route. I want to be focused on my traditional publishing for my women's fiction and my adult contemporary, but I want this story to also see the light of day. So I basically had to say, either I self-publish this book or it probably never sees, publishing, and it never sees a market. It never gets into readers' hands. And I knew for me and how busy I was and how much I was focused on querying my other novels and editing and writing other novels, I didn't have the time to research editors and copy editors and designers and marketing strategists and help in that area. So for me, Atmosphere Press was perfect. They wanted my book. They wanted to work with me. They were excited to work with me. Yes, I get an editor. Yes, I get a copy editor. Yes, I get a design team for my covers. Yes, I get marketing and publicist help. I get help with releases. I also get help with connections to indie bookstores and getting myself on shelves. I will be available at Target and Kmart and Walmart and Barnes & Noble, everywhere online, but I will also be available if you go into any of those places to have them, have a book sent to them, and then you will get it. Will I be on bookshelves in a Barnes & Noble across the nation? No. Will I probably end up on shelves in some indie bookstores, especially in my area where I know that I can send people to those markets? Yes. And hopefully a little bit more broadly than that as well. However, this is the best option for me, and I'm really excited. I also get author services and author support, and I have really loved working with the team so far. They've been very forthright and forthcoming and very helpful. The other thing that I really appreciate about them is they hold none of my royalties. They do not own my book. They do not own anything. So I pay up front for the services of editing, copy editing, design, etc. And the way that I chose to do it was to do half and half. So I did half at the beginning, and once half was paid, I started working with my editor, and then the other half will be due before we go to print. But then after that, they don't get any money. There's nothing. They earn based on the services they're providing me on the front end, and then everything else is mine. All the rights are mine. They don't get any of the money from the profits of the sale of the book. In terms of self-publishing, I would have had to put all this money up front anyway. Now I have an independent publisher who's willing to help me and do all of this stuff with me, have a team behind me, support behind me, and experience behind me, and then is invested in me as an author, that then at the end of the day, the profits, the ownership of the book, everything is still mine. And Atmosphere Press helps me to achieve that dream, which is why they are an author-friendly publisher. I am thrilled that this is the way that I went. It has allowed me the freedom to feel confident in this process and to move forward with querying my other books without worry that I'm doing something wrong or something is going horribly awry or I'm forgetting a step in the process or I haven't vetted my editors for experience, etc. I have full confidence in their team and I've really enjoyed working with them so far. And I don't anticipate that that's going to change. What this means is my book will be coming to market. you will be able to buy my Fae Witch story. You will be able to meet my characters. You will be able to see the world that I have created, the relationships I've created, the chaos and drama that I've created, and I am thrilled about that. I will have, like I said, a title reveal coming. I will have a cover reveal coming. I will let you know as soon as there is pre-order information for you, but I don't have a set date yet on publication. What I will say is, unlike traditional publishing, this moves a lot faster. I've already gotten some mock-ups of covers and been able to tweak and send back feedback so that I get a cover that I'm really happy with. So things are definitely moving along. They were very, very receptive to the fact that I wanted a title change. I always knew my title was going to change. It was not something that was indicative of the story that it currently is. It was very much a title for the first iteration of this book, and that's not what the story was anymore. So I was able to get feedback and help from my editor for a title. She had a little bit of feedback and a little bit of input about the title, and then I was able to kind of go off on my own and talk to some writer friends and come up with a title that I really love, sit with it for a little bit, and then go ahead and let them know that, hey, this is what I would like it to be. They were thrilled with it. They moved forward immediately with the design team, got the title to the design team. I was able to give them 12 covers that I really loved, either color schemes or layouts or what my vision for the cover was. And then from my favorite covers, my aesthetic that I kind of gathered while I was looking at all these covers, giving them like my thoughts about what I saw the cover being, they were able to come at me with some mock-ups, and I think I got 7 or 8 different cover mock-ups. And what I originally thought I wanted as a cover is not what I ended up loving, which is interesting, but I think what they did is fantastic, and with some tweaks is going to be really, really amazing. It's been a very collaborative, really amazing process, and it's nice to have a little bit of control there. When you do traditional publishing, a lot of the times the title and cover are not your own. You can have a working title, but then they can say, we really should go with this title or this cover, and you don't really get a say. I do get to say another battery died. It's been really weird to sit on this for as long as I have, but I wanted to make sure that things were in place. Honestly, I was a little bit nervous because this is not a traditional route to publishing. It isn't even self-publishing. I didn't want anybody to come in and kind of squash my joy, but I am really excited that this is a way that this story can find its way out into the world. And it is the best option for me right now. And I don't know that a lot of people are aware that there are presses like this that can help you. So yeah, it was a new experience for me, and it felt a little too good to be true. And I was like, something's gonna go wrong. This is gonna be awful. Maybe it won't be as collaborative as I hope it will be, but like, it's been phenomenal. I can't say enough right now as to like how good it's going. And versus going it alone and doing like a true self-pub and trying to do all of this alone, it's been cost effective, energy saving. It's allowed me to focus on querying my other books. It's been really, really, really nice. It's been absolutely what I needed right now so that I could focus on a traditional publishing career and then also have this story out in the world. And I know that this is a story that you guys are invested in because you've come with me through the whole journey of this story. I know you're excited for it. I know you're just going to be happy that it has a home in the world, and I can't wait for you to read it. I hope you're excited. I'm very excited to share this with you. I wanted to come on here and just say I'm publishing the book whose title I have and I have to like actively fight not to say, but I am going to be publishing the book, and I'm very excited to have a publishing team behind me with experience who can help guide me through this process. And I'm really thrilled that at the end of the day, I still have creative say and creative ownership. It's just a process that really makes sense for me right now, especially with how uncertain publishing is and how chaotic the publishing industry is with COVID and the merging of some larger houses and the transformation of genres and agent drama. It's really nice to just know this one's going to go off without a hitch while I try to still do work with the other ones. And it's been wild to have this going on in the background while I'm querying the other one and getting requests for partial and requests for full and getting interest in the other one. And then know that this is also happening behind the scenes. It's been a lot of really, really great stuff. And of course, my like brain is like, when does the shoe drop? When does the shoe drop? And it hasn't yet, and I'm hoping it won't. But it has been one of the reasons why I've held off doing this video, because I was like, this can't last. It can't but it is. And I'm really, really happy to be able to sit down and tell you that I'm going to be publishing the book, that I signed a publishing contract, and that this book will be in your hands sooner than later, because this process allows me to get the book out to you a lot quicker than traditional publishing. I can't wait. And I'm really excited to take you guys along the journey and just share it with you. It's been really hard in like the live writing sprints that I do on Sunday nights, because I've been working on this and I've been working on the edits, and I haven't been able to say anything. And the comments have been like, I know that as soon as you can, and as soon as something great happens for you, you're going to take us along that journey too. And I'm like, I haven't yet. This is it. This is the news. This is what's going on with me. I am incredibly busy. Querying is a little bit slower, you know, of a process. You have to send out and then wait. But like querying while also editing and trying to plan marketing and plan strategies for a whole other book has been really wild, but like in a really great way. So preemptive thank you for all the love and support. A preemptive thank you for all the excitement about this story and about this opportunity. I appreciate you. I am so glad that I get to take you along this journey, and then just know that whatever comes with whatever future books or with this book, I'm going to keep you guys updated. This is like a running journal for myself to look back on too. I love taking you guys along this journey and just sharing my experiences with you and my successes with you. And this feels really, really right. I'm happy. I don't know if you can tell, my cheeks hurt. I'm very happy. Yeah, that's it. It was a big long video just to explain kind of the route that I'm going and how it's a little bit different than traditional publishing, a little bit different than independent, like true independent publishing, and self-publishing, and how grateful I am for this opportunity. Yeah, that's everything. Thank you for all of your support, all of your love, all of your encouragement and your kind words and your comments. They mean the world to me. And I know going forward that you're going to, you know, support me, support this book. And this community has been so giving to me, both in the writing and the reading spheres. Like you guys have been amazing. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. And that's it for now. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a heart, or the celebration balloons or champagne, or leave me an emoji down below to let me know how you're feeling about this news. I don't even know what mine would be, except for like the mind blown maybe. But leave me an emoji down below, and thank you in advance for all of your kind words and support. I appreciate you so much. And that's it for this video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.